I think I realized that I was burning out after the biggest trade this year, right? So this was the trade which made us about 101k. This was the biggest trade I've ever taken this year yet. What's up, traders? So right now I'm actually on like a solo retreat. This is where I just take the time out to like just reflect and think about the previous quarter and what I can do better and how I can improve my trading performance for like the remaining of 2025. And usually, like I said, it's a solo retreat for a reason. So I just go to like a fancy hotel and just think alone. But I just thought, why don't I just bring my dad alone? Because it's been like so long since we actually spent time together. It's been so long since we actually went on like a vacation together. So he's chilling right there. Yo, this is so freaking funny. So I'm bringing my dad on vacation tomorrow, and he said that he wanted to bring his alarm clock. I'm like, why? Like he said that the hotels that he's used to going doesn't have a freaking alarm clock. And I told him that we are going to the Ritz-Carlton. I'm pretty sure there's an alarm clock right there. So yeah, this is staying here. It's not going anywhere. We literally just ordered lunch. He got the beef bolognese and I got beef stick and fries, right? You know, we have been on monk mode for like the past freaking 21 days, so it's time to like let loose a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, man, we're gonna have lunch right here before we actually check in, and just look at this view. Incredible views, bro. I'm telling you guys, bro, there's not much that I need in this life. Good food, good views, good experience. My family is good. That's all that matters. That's all you need for like a simple life. That's all you need. Anyways, man, the reason why I decided to like come out here today is because of the fact that I've been feeling extremely burnout. For like the past 3 weeks, you know, I've just been trading non-stop, and on top of that, I'm managing like my business, 1% Club, and also like building EdgeFlo, a trading super app. And on top of that, still creating like 2 super duper in-depth trading tutorials for YouTube on the Trading Geek. And on top of that, still building a new course program for the 1% Club as well. So there was like a lot of things going on. By the way, on top of that, we also just launched 1% Club merch as well, you know, like the hoodies. Yeah, some sick hoodies. I haven't really launched it to the public yet, not really sure when I'll launch it to the public, but if you're part of the 1% Club, you guys get to actually shop on the 1% Club merch store. It's crazy because like we literally just launched the merch store yesterday, and like, bro, the hoodies get sold out like so fast. It's crazy. Everybody loves the black hoodie, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I'm not wrapping the black hoodie today because it's too hot right now, man. And I'm not talking about the weather, I'm talking about me. Okay, so anyways, yeah, man, like the reason why, let me just set the camera down right here so I can speak to you guys. The reason why we pretty much came on this vacation, or rather like this solo trading retreat at this timing, is because of the fact that, like I said, super duper drained after working for like not 16 hours, but like 12-hour days, 7 days a week for like the past 3 weeks. And I think I've been doing that like for like a few months as well. Like the last time I actually took like a proper vacation was like, I don't even know, man. Like the last trip was the Bali company trip, which was back in like June. But that one was still where I work like a lot. But yeah, man, anyways, just been working a lot. And I realized that, dude, I love work, man. Like I can work all day long, give me a laptop and give me a chair, and I will be able to like freaking move the world. Okay, like that's how much I love work. But I think you gotta get to that point where, you know, the law of diminishing returns, like more input does not equate to more output. In fact, more input equal to less output. And I think that's where you get to the point of burnout. It's like, the more you work, the worse your decision-making skills is. And there's just so much opportunity cost right there compared to if you just take a vacation, take your mind off things, come back, recharge with like a clear mind, with a clear focus, then you will be able to like just absolute dominate the markets again. Thank you so much.
Choose the tomato focaccia and the green steak.
Yeah.
So balsamic vinegar.
Ah, okay, perfect. This is good, thank you. I think I realized that I was burning out after the biggest trade this year. We made about 101k live trading. No, let me just show you the MetaTrader 4 screenshot actually, because that's something that is really, really impressive. I will show you like the chart right? So this was the trade which made us about 101k. This was the biggest trade I've ever taken this year yet, and perhaps one of the biggest trade I've ever taken in my entire life. And you can literally see me enter and exit in this entire live trading session right here, right? So it's actually insane, because the thing that made this trade so good is the fact that I was able to have the confidence to scale in aggressively at the right time, at the right place, when price was like almost hitting on my stop loss. It's like, this is the point where you can decide, you know what, we can double down on our winners, or we can just be scared and just hold on to our existing position. And I think courage is the virtue that I'm striving to like just build right now. The courage to be able to trust my trading plan, even after a losing streak. The courage to be able to let my winners run high. The courage to be able to just, do the hard things and take the trades which feels psychologically uncomfortable, because those are the trades that tends to actually work out the most, right? So after we made about 101k right there, right, the biggest trade I've ever taken yet, next thing you know, for the next 2 days, the next 3 days in fact, I continued trading, and then I end up losing about 40k. And I think that's when I realized that, fuck man, I'm burning out, bro. Like, that is when I realized that when I go into the charts, I'm trading for the sake of trading. I'm trading for the sake so that I can like prove to you guys that, oh, look at me, I'm still a consistent trader, rather than the goal of just preserving my capital, which is a fucking stupid reason to trade. Because if you're trading to impress other people, or you are trading for the sake of alleviating your bottom, then you are not trading, you're just gambling. You're not trading with structure, you're not trading with purpose. As a result, you're just making stupid decisions. And as the saying goes, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. So yeah, next day, after we closed the 101k trade, we entered for a position on NQ, right? Woke up at 5 a.m. on that particular day itself, hit a heavy legs day, and then I entered on like that position. Bear in mind that I slept at like 11 p.m. like the previous night, so I was like super duper drained. My energy is low, my decision making skills is low. I was not really thinking rationally, logically, objectively, but I was like, you know what, I'm just trying to make as much money as I can. So I just entered the trade on NQ, lost 16k. So at this point of time, I realized that, fuck man, okay, cool. I'm just forcing trade at this moment. This is not even like a proper trade I'll usually take. And the worst part was that, you know what, even though that trade was like quite a decent trade, because after I did follow my trade plan, I placed my take profit at the wrong place. Instead of placing the take profit at the 15-minute demand zone, I placed it at the 5-minute demand zone. And then price went up there, mitigate the 15-minute demand zone, and then started reversing. So I was literally a few pips away from take profit. But because of my foolishness, because of my carelessness, I could not have closed that trade profitably. And once again, it's because of mental fatigue. Like, I'm not trying to blame external circumstances, I'm trying to take responsibility right here and just blame the fact that, honestly, I shouldn't have taken that trade at all. Or even if I did take that trade, I should have managed that trade better. And then next day, cool, I saw Bitcoin crashing. And I was like, hell yeah, man, Bitcoin is gonna go up at any point of time right now after it swept some liquidity. So we entered for a long position on Bitcoin. Next thing you know, we lost another 23k. And I became the exit liquidity. For the first time in freaking years, I became the exit liquidity. I just took out the mic because I'm so sick of this thing like flipping in my mic, in my shirt. For the first time, I became the exit liquidity. Man, if you can't spot the liquidity, then you are the liquidity. So I was like, okay, cool. What went wrong in that trade? I was trading my perception of the market rather than the objective reality of the market. And what I basically mean by that is that price started crashing down heavily, right? Instead of accepting the fact that we are actually in a bearish trend direction, I sat there and I think to myself that, wait, Bitcoin is cheap. But what I failed to realize is Bitcoin looks cheap to me. The market can continue crashing down even further until it finds fair value, which means it does not care about what I think about Bitcoin. I can think Bitcoin is cheap or expensive, but guess what? The market doesn't care. It's gonna do what it does best, which is move. So that's exactly what it did. So after we entered for the trade, price kinda stopped us out. And then I realized that price is objective and value is subjective. And this is also why like discounts in the financial markets doesn't work the same way as discount in the supermarket. Like for example, if you go to the supermarket, you think that, okay, the toilet paper is at discount. So I'm gonna buy toilet paper, buy in bulk right now to save money, right? Well, the toilet paper is cheap. Now, you move to the financial market and you start trading and you see S&P 500 drop about like 500 points, whatever. And now you think that it's cheap, so you decide to buy the dip. And as a result, after you buy the dip, the market dips even further because of the fact that we are in an existing bearish trend direction. And the market is still not considered as cheap until institutions, they decide to actually chip in and enter for a bulk amount of buy orders. Then the market start reversing. And then when you see that sign of reversal, that's when we are able to spot the smart money footprints, and that is where you know that there is actually demand in the market, and it's not your perception of the market, but it's the objective reality of the market. Then that's the right time to buy. So it's not just buy the dip, it's not just buy low, sell high. No. You're much better off selling high and just continue selling it until you eventually start reversing, until the market gives you signs that the trend is actually reversing. So yeah, stop trading your perception of the market and stop trading the reality of the market. At some point of time, you have to decide whether you want to be right or whether you want to make money. But you cannot have both. It's either ego or profits. Your choice. I'm just chilling right now waiting for my food. I'm so hungry, bro. You have no idea. And it's funny because like I literally just posted like this reel where I say that I literally flew economy class because I was like punishing myself for like being on a losing streak. Economy is not fun, bro. It's been quite long since I took economy, but that's another story for another day. The last time I took economy was back in military, and it's not because like I wanted to take it, but because the entire platoon, the entire company was like flying on economy, right? Like you have no choice but to be on economy. And then right after I came out from military, every single flight I took was business class. Like economy, no go. Okay, but yeah, man, I guess the market humbled me. So it's time for me to humble myself a little bit by just suffering the fate of the brokies. Nah, just kidding. I love economy, man. It wasn't that bad, honestly. I mean, it's not that bad because it was like a 1 hour flight. Yeah, man. So right now I'm just chilling, bro. I'm just gonna take some time out to just think over the next 4 days or so. It's so important for you to like just take the time out to reflect, man. Because you can't just be stuck in doing and executing. You're just gonna be like a burnout little robot, like a stupid little monkey, you know? So you're much better off just taking a time out, chill, think, reset, refocus, reflect, reanalyze everything, revalue everything, come back with a clear mind, focused mind. Next week, when we go back to under the charts, we're gonna freaking dominate again. What are we having today? We're having a medium rare, juicy steak, as juicy as NQ charts last night. Some truffle fries, and then it's having some beef bolognese. And yeah, man, let's dive in. Let me try it. So we just checked into the Ritz-Carlton Hotel, and I thought it'd be pretty cool to actually show you guys like a quick tour, because this is one of like the most unique 5-star hotels that I've ever stayed in my entire life. I mean, like the vibes of it's not as grand as like the ones that I've stayed, but like the vibes of the entire thing is just immaculate. All right, you know what? Less talking and more showing. Okay, so as you guys can see, let me just switch the camera around. Quick little tour right here. So over here, we got a bed, and this is like 2 big ass queen size bed. And dude, I don't know whether you guys can tell how big this room is, but it's like freaking huge. For perspective's sake, this is one queen size bed. Like, this is not a super single bed, no, this is a queen size bed. And they got two beds. And not only do you have two beds, but you also have a freaking sofa here. And then you also got a chair, a table, a chair, a table, a chair. And not only that, but if you look at the balcony right here, we got another chair, table, and even like a sunbed right there. And I think it's like raining right now. But anyways, it's like freaking big. I'm gonna show you guys the view later. The view is pretty nice as well. But yeah, look at this. Bro, comfy as beds, man. I'm not really good at like freaking doing room tours and shit. I'm just not used to it. I'm just used to more of like living in the present, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'll show you guys the view last, and it's like raining very heavily right now. But anyways, come here, we got a humongous... Okay, cool, this is just like the drinks area. Right, whatever, this is just the mini bar. But look at this. Oh my days. Bro, look at how big the toilet is. Like, this is also one of the biggest toilets I've ever seen. And once again, I've seen a lot of toilets. You guys know. Yeah, and look at how sick the marble is. I've never seen like a marble that is like this. It's like green, white, blackish. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. You know what else is big, bro? Okay, it's cool. So, yep, bathtub right here. And then we got a place to shower. You know, it's interesting because like just now my dad was like, wait, where's the door? Where's the door? And I was like, yeah, where is the door? So it's like an open concept shower sort of thing, yeah? Once again, I've never actually showered without a door before. But yeah, whatever. It's not like my dad haven't seen enough, you know? And then this is the toilet. I want to show you guys the toilet. I think the toilet is pretty cool. Like, look at this. This looks like some Transformers fucking spaceship sort of toilet. Bro, what is going on? What is going on, bro? Look, there's like so many buttons here as well. Look. So many buttons. I don't know, man, like... Japanese toilets are weird as hell, bro. I don't know, bro. But yeah, man. It's like raining very heavily right now outside. And my dad is just chilling. Right there, he's just chilling right there. But it's such a pity, dude, because like we came here for like 4 days. And we want to like just chill around at the beach, you know, take some time out to just reflect and introspect while admiring the ocean view, while listening to the sea wave crashing onto the shore, while smelling the sea salt smell of the ocean. But yeah, it's raining every single day for the past few days. So today is still our first day here, so let's hope that the weather gets better so that we can actually go out and enjoy the beach. But yeah, man, let me just quickly show you guys what else we have here. So we got water, some wine glasses, and here's a champagne bucket. Now, where's the champagne at? Where's the alcohol? You know? Okay, that's quite cool. Not gonna lie, that's quite cool. So, we got Chardonnay, Chandon, and we got champagne. None of that shit today. Beers, none of that shit as well. Ah, yes, there we go. Sparkling water and even water. That's what I like. And then we got chocolate and one 7-Up. And then we got Pepsi. Cool. And then we got the snacks right here. A moderate amount of snacks, lots of snacks. Cool, nothing. Cool. Then we got a coffee maker right here. More water. What's this? What the hell is this? Yo, that's what I'm talking about, bro. That's what I'm talking about. The TWGT. My favorite tea. Is that green tea? Caramel, English breakfast tea. Yo, where the fuck is the green tea, bruh? Where's the green tea, bruh? Bruh, who actually drinks chamomile? Who actually drinks English breakfast tea other than like English people? Where's the green tea, bruh? How am I supposed to journal without green tea, bruh? Should I bought my own green tea? Yeah, man, that's cool. What's this? Plates and tissues, towels. Come on, bruh. Where's the green tea, man? I'm gonna get room service and just ask them to send up some packets of TWG green tea. Can't live without green tea, bruh. How else am I supposed to journal? You know? Journal with beer? Who the hell does that, man? Look at my dad just taking photo for my mom, bro. So yeah, man, here we got the balcony, which is overlooking the entire Andaman Sea, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Andamanan Sea. Okay, basically it's a sea, alright. There's a lot of oceans out there. I don't think there's Pacific Ocean, Indian Ocean, and I don't know what sea or ocean is this, but they all look the same to me. But cool, man. Yeah, this is the sea view, and we are actually in a rainforest right now, right? So that's why I say like this is a fucking unique hotel, because you actually get to experience the solitude of being in a place which is very quiet and like not much bustle, while still being able to enjoy like a magnificent sea view, right? So it's like the perfect combination. It's like the perfect space for you to just think, you know, for you to just ponder like a philosopher, you know. Yeah, man, it's pretty cool. I can only feel like my IQ going up right now, like just by being in this environment. Yo, what is this guy doing in my balcony, bruh? Yo, he's scratching his balls or what? What up, bro? He's chilling, bruh. He's just chilling. Hey, buddy. Oh, he's making himself home. What's going on, bro? Yo, please do not defecate right here, mate. Oh, this is a big one. It's like the one in the Lion King, you know? Bro, look at those things just freaking dangling. Oh my god, those big man things, yeah? Oh, he's a good boy. Oh shit, those are big, man. That's pretty cool. My guy just chilling. A handsome little monkey. Alright, cool. So right now I'm gonna go and journal for like the next few hours. The next 3 hours or so. Once again, no song, no distractions, just purely focus and just sitting there and think. And I really believe that you are successful if you are able to sit in a room quietly for 60 minutes without any distractions and be happy. It's like if you can learn how to enjoy the silence, then you are going to be good, because you won't be fazed by like the distractions of this world itself. Like there's this quote by Blaise Pascal which can mention that all of humanity's problems stems from man's inability to sit quietly in a room alone. And I pretty much like tweaked that, and then I changed it to all of a trader's problems stems from his inability to do nothing when the market is quiet. Nailed it, huh? Nailed it, huh? I'm the modern trading philosopher, bro. What do you mean? What do you mean? Anyways, man, yeah, man, just gonna go and think and just chill right now. And yeah, after that we'll do meetings. From 3 p.m. we're gonna meeting with my videographer. We're gonna film like a day in the life vlog. We're gonna do the first episode for Road to 10M, right? So I'm really excited for that vlog to actually come out, because like that's pretty much me just committing to documenting my entire investing journey to like $10 million to 8 figures. And then after that we got a coaching call with 1% Club at 4 p.m. And then after the coaching call with 1% Club at 5 p.m. we got a meeting with my EdgeFlo developers, we are really looking forward to like finalizing the entire app, all the features, and actually launching it to the 1% Club students very, very soon. And then after that, we got a meeting with my content team, and yeah, wrap up the day around 7 p.m. Go for dinner, sleep early, and then tomorrow we will have a productive day ahead. So I just finished journaling. Fell asleep a couple times. Not gonna lie, it's very difficult to actually journal. Yes, at this point, and I've been journaling for so long, I still find it freaking boring. Alright, nobody likes sitting in silence and confronting their inner demons and writing them down and putting them down on paper and also like planning about the future. But this is what it takes to win. Okay, it's the boring shit that nobody likes to do, right? So I was thinking and pondering about what is the one piece of advice that I would tell to my younger self. And there is so many things that I can tell him. I can tell him to buy Bitcoin. Buy Bitcoin. I can tell him to invest in Tesla. I can tell him to, be courageous and just do the things that you're scared to do, right? Just do the things that it's outside of your comfort zone. But if I have to narrow to just one thing, it would to be have faith. And I literally wrote this down right here. The most powerful force in the universe is faith. Faith in Him. Faith in the laws of the universe. Faith in your work. Faith in your ability to fulfill that work. With faith, you stop worrying about the past or the future, about failure or success. You simply work joyfully and peacefully, knowing that the right thoughts and the right effort will inevitably lead to the right results. Success becomes a byproduct, not an obsession. That's what it means to have faith. Having faith means knowing that it will eventually come. Because for the 16-year-old Brad who is depressed, insecure, broke, lonely, crying every night, in the bedroom, thinking about unaliving himself, what he really lacked was faith. Because at that point of time, he realized that, he didn't have a purpose in life, and he didn't know what to do in life. He was failing in school, he was getting bullied, everything was going wrong in his life, and he just didn't have any faith. He just simply could not see the light at the end of the tunnel. And I'm so glad that that phase is over. Because right now, if I look at my life, younger Brad would not have fathomed the life that I'm living right now. He simply could not comprehend the level of success I have managed to achieve for myself. And I think what really helped me get through that point is, even though everything sucked, there was a little bit of hope, praying that it will eventually end. All the suffering would eventually end and things will actually get better. And also because I was too scared to jump off. Honestly, I looked down the window a lot of times, right? I was living at 12th floor at a point of time, and yeah, I was just too afraid to jump off, right? So it wasn't because I had a reason to leave, but it was because of the fact that I was too scared to die. And I think that was enough to allow me to continue living. And yeah, after that phase, there was so many other periods of my life where I was faced with an insurmountable amount of difficulties and challenges. There was always shit going wrong for the next 6 years, for my past 5 years of my life, right? Things is never ever good, right? Things are never sunshines and rainbows. Whenever there's a rainbow, it usually happens after a rainy day. Whenever there's a good thing, it usually fade away in a few days or a few weeks, right? Nothing is permanent in this life. Both success and failure, both good times and bad times, everything is impermanent. But you just need to have the faith that eventually the bad times are gonna be over. Eventually, this too shall pass. And eventually, you're gonna figure your way out. It's not gonna be based on your own timeline. is gonna be based on the timeline that he has set for you, based on his plan. It's like, yes, set these big ass ambitious goals, right? Become a millionaire, you know, like become financially free, travel the world, like big ass goals, set them, yes. But what you can't decide is the time span it takes to achieve those goals. And you need to have faith that you are eventually going to achieve those goals, even when you don't see any immediate results, even when you don't see any immediate validation or external success. It's like going to the gym and expecting you getting six packs like the next day. It simply doesn't happen. You need to have faith that you eventually lose weight, you eventually get shredded, eventually, you know, you're going to get fitter and you're going to be able to run from like 1 km to like 10 km. But eventually you're going to make your way up there, but it's not going to happen overnight. It's the same thing with trading, it's the same thing with life. It's like everything you want in life, if you just maniacally focus on achieving that thing, you will achieve it. But it's going to take time. So you need to have faith that God or the universe or whatever it is up there is going to deliver the outcome at the timeline that he has planned for you. I think that's like the one piece of advice that is so valuable but so underlooked, because everybody's like, oh, hustle, you know, like work hard, you know, do all this shit, right, wake up at 5 a.m. But the thing is, you can do all of this shit, and yes, you are gonna get competent at a craft that you are trying to master right now. You're gonna get better at it, but it's still gonna take time. And time is the only judge in this world. It judges whether you are a failure or a success. It judges whether you have built a great product or a shit product. Time. It's all about time. So have faith and just stop worrying about the past, which you cannot control. Stop worrying about the future, which haven't happened yet. And just focus on what you can do right now in order for you to, you know, move yourself closer towards the highest version of yourself. Move yourself towards an inch closer towards the goals that you have set out for yourself. That's all you can do. And all of this is within your control. And guess what? It's in the now. It's in the present moment. So yeah, man, just simply focus on what you can do right now. Continue showing up. And as long as you never quit, you will never ever lose. That's the secret right there. I've never ever seen anyone who is extremely ambitious and is extremely focused on achieving that goal actually fail. Like, everybody who has those two factors and they were patient enough to wait for the accomplishment of that goal, right, they eventually succeed. That's it. But what I've do seen is a lot of people who are incredibly ambitious, who shows up for like a few days or like a few months or a few years, but without seeing any results, they end up quitting when they are literally 1 inch away from gold, when they are literally one trade away from financial freedom. But guess what? Because they call it quits, you know, they throw in the towel because they haven't become a millionaire in 6 months, they've pretty much lost the entire game. Like, why do you even start the game in the first place? If you start playing the game, you might as well win. And it's gonna take as much time as it's gonna take in order to win. Like what I've written right here, simply work joyfully and peacefully, knowing that the right thoughts, the right effort will inevitably lead to the right results, the right outcomes. Once again, all of this stuff is within your control. How you think, how you act, how you feel, how you respond to situations, how you show up, all of these things right here determines your personal reality. Right? Like what Joe Dispenza say, how you think, how you act, how you feel determines your personality, and your personality determines your personal reality. So if you want to change your reality, you have to change your personality, which also means that you need to start changing your identity. How you think, how you act, and how you feel. Because it's literally all just like a giant loop right here. Your identity have a certain worldview that's attached to it, which also means that you think certain thoughts, which leads you to making certain choices, which then leads you into taking certain actions, which allows you to get the results. And then these results lead you to feeling the same emotions. And then the same emotions allow you to stay as the person that you are, right? It fits back into the identity. And then same thing, identity, thoughts, actions, so on and so forth, right? So it's like this gigantic loop. Okay, cool. Room service is here right now. So I'm just gonna go and pick that up. But yeah, man, that's what you guys need to understand.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, have a great day, guys.
To me, I personally feel like trading is single-handedly the greatest path to personal development because the market gives you the fastest feedback loop. And what I mean by that is that the market is essentially like a mirror. Your P&L is like a reflection of your character, which also means that you cannot blame the game. You can only get better. Because, like I said, it's a reflection of you. The market doesn't care if you did your best. It only cares if you did what is required. You know, you working 12-hour days analyzing the charts, it doesn't matter unless you do what is required. And what's required is usually following your trading plan, you know, doing the freaking hard things like journaling and reviewing and like refining and reiterating your trade plan. That's what's required. It's the boring shit that nobody likes to do. So just finished all my meetings, just walking with my dad right now. We are going to the beach to look at the sunset. Man, such a long day, bro. Such a long ass week, bro. It's so nice to just like take a walk, take a breather, take my mind off things and just chill. Man, just touch some grass, guys. Look at this. Man, I freaking love Mother Nature, bro. Like, this is the eighth wonder of the world. Like, Mother Nature. Just feels so good to be looking at flowers, touching grass, sniffing some greenery. Yeah, man, life is good, bro. Can't complain. Look at that. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Mother Nature. But yeah, man. Had a long day today. Back-to-back meetings. This is more of like a daily sort of thing right now. So I'm kind of like used to it at the moment because like kind of get habituated to the work itself. And yeah, that's pretty much a secret right there. You become used to it. You become used to working hard. No sunset today. It's like fully blocked by the clouds. But anyways, this is what I mean by a good day, man. The family is just chilling right there. This is what life is about, man. A family of 5 swimming in the pool, chilling. That's it. That guy has a better life than me. So yeah, we're gonna wrap it today. We're gonna have dinner and then we're gonna go to sleep soon. Not soon, but like around like 9 p.m. And I think that's how I define a perfect day. It's a day where you just do everything you can, right, within your ability, you know, like just work as hard as humanly possible and ensure that you leave nothing on the field. You work out, you have good food with people that you love, spend time with them, and then you rest, have 8 hours of sleep, and you wake up, and you have another perfect day again, right? And I think to me, a good life is pretty much like a series of perfect days that I can like stack up. Like, I just want to stack up these perfect days as much as possible throughout my entire life. You know, like this list of things right here: work hard, gym, work out, and then spend time with your loved ones, meditate, journal, think, reflect. Yeah, as many as these perfect days as possible. That's what to me is a pretty fucking good life. Like I said, there's always gonna be shit going wrong, right? There's always gonna be pain and suffering. That's like a constant in life. I view suffering as the tax that the living has to pay, because only the dead doesn't suffer. Like, if you think about it, only the dead doesn't suffer. So might as well find a purpose worth suffering for. Find a life that is worth suffering for. And I think to me, this is a pretty damn good life. Hell yeah. Here's a complete guide on how to ruin your day 101. Open your Coinbase app, go to your assets, and check your returns. Instead, don't just like check your returns, but like stare at the returns. and look at how much money you have lost because of this crypto market crash, and then start lamenting about the fact that Trump is manipulating the market, or your freaking broker is hunting your stop loss, and any other external factor that is outside of your control, and start being depressed and start crying about it, and start selling right now, just panic selling. Man, that's pretty much the recipe on living a shit day. You do that every single day for the rest of your life, yeah, you're gonna be a fucking degenerate loser, bro. That's it, man. So, people like me, I'm down like what? 50k right now? Guess what? I don't give a fuck. Because, once again, when you are actually buying like an asset, it is an asset. Which means that you need time for the asset to actually play out. Like I said, it's a piece of asset. It's not just numbers on the screen, okay? It's the same thing with buying a stock. When you buy a stock, you're buying a piece of the company, not buying like some numbers and praying that it's gonna go up. No, it's a piece of the company. So treat it like such and value it as such. Yeah, man, it's just gonna continue going up. It might crash right now, but eventually it's gonna go up and we're gonna be good. Alright, so don't live a shit life. Don't obsess over your P&L and start fucking living